Hello, beautiful people. Future me, welcome to round number this 733 of me fooling around on the internet. 3 minutes typing exercise, 35 minutes type Angular we are doing. Could start the timer. So many typos. Ampersand, where do I have it? Here come on. Okay. It is what it is. 9:36. Not good. Maybe I should go sleep instead of doing shit during the night. Oh well. What we are doing? This right? Yeah, that's the thing. Okay. Oh, and I forgot to start the timer. Component exactly 1 ng module. I need something to drink. Definitely need something to drink. No, it's this. Declarables are composed directly sent pipes. Okay, so this is kind of like this could be written as declarable. Right. And this is declare synchronous in more than one module. Invisible to components in different module unless they are exported. Where's the? There's not the example of the export. Yep. We have to guess. Export it from the file where you wrote it. Import into appropriate module. Declare it in the engine module. Okay, so 3 things. So this is the export, right? a coaster in here. I still do. Oh, I did not start the timer. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. The default structure that the CLR generates in its own file. So imports directive, here's the directive function. Takes this selector up item, okay. To export it so you can import it elsewhere. Okay, so that's this thing, right? Then we have to import it to ng module. Oh, okay, I see. And add this to the declaration. So basically I just want to add it to declaration, but because it's unknown, I have to import it in that file, yeah. Of course. So those are those three: export, imports to appropriate module, which means to the file, to the class, whatever, and then in the annotation we'll put into declarations here. You could use it, the component. This example uses but uses add module, but you'll do it the same way for a feature model. Okay. See attribute structure. Okay. Should us use the same technique for pipes. Okay. Yes, one module. That were the declarables, right? Components, directives, and pipes. And declare the ones in your because you share them by importing necessary modules. Okay, it saves you times and helps keep you up. Okay, it tells Angular about all the engine modules. Okay, so those will be available, but then I have to like import it elsewhere as well, right? If I go to the main app module, yeah, so here we have this imports and so on, like HTTP and so on. But if I remember correctly, we were then be not in the, okay, so file mask, TypeScript. Okay, star.ts. Yep. Oh no. This says HTTP client, and we had HTTP client module. But it's not the same, right? I thought I'm still kind of thinking that you have to declare everything in the declaration, the ng module, you know, and then everything that is kind of like inside that module kind of pulls it up from there. But then I have those things in here, right? Import HTTP client and HTTP params from something. What did happen? Run the backend, and so we'll run the front end is as a testing framework. This works. Okay, so maybe this is the backend. I want the front end part, yes. And we got no errors. No errors, really. Oh yeah, because I did not. I just changed it in my head, but I didn't do it in here. So we'll try to do this and that. And now probably I will get some error. And if I do this, select the Angular tab. Okay, so we say Angular. Doesn't say shit. I like this. Filer. Anyway, console. No provider for HTTP client. Ah. Okay, so the HTTP client fucking something that will be providing things, right? So if I go here, I expect it will have the HTTP client and HTTP params in export. Yeah, this is some bullshit. And by bullshit, I mean I was expecting the Angular syntax. It's not here. And by Angular syntax, I mean this, you know, like import, so it will have exports. It doesn't have that. So it's kind of what's the structure? Okay, so we do have it here. Export declare HTTP client, HTTP backend. Okay. Where are we? The HTTP DTS. What the fuck? What the fuck? If I go here and I want the HTTP client module. It's somehow. Okay, so how do I? What's all? It's a lot of shit. Okay, I don't know how this works. What are these things? Yeah, I probably don't need it. Right now, at least. Dun, 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 dun. We are here. But basically, what we did verify is that this here is actually needed. This thing. If we don't have it there, the other stuff, what was the service, right? The HTTP client and so on, that comes from there. And how do I know? Like, I should be using the HTTP client module. Where do I find it? Hey, Kodiko. Nice seeing you. Cannot sleep. I need some more water. I will be right back. How was your stream? Okay. So I can continue in this case. Web component which references components directives or pipes in browser module, fonts module, and HTTP client module. Okay. So those are the they were called. Declarables. Where is it? It was declarables, right? Declarables, yes. Declarables. We are called declarables. So that was the declaration, that was the imports. A component template. The reference another component, directive, or pipe. And the reference class is declared. Declared in this module, or the class was imported from another module. So this basically says from which we can import shit. By shit I mean the declarables. Okay. Provider. So we are listing their services, huh? Okay, but I don't have any in here. Hey, I could try, but it's probably not a good idea because I don't know much about React. So the only thing which I could be looking for is like the JavaScript thing, and so yeah, so it's probably will be not too much like good for you, because yeah, because I know next to nothing to React. I did just one simple thing in it. No, I don't even know what it is. I don't know what it stands for. SSR. That's probably not it. Server-side rendering. Oh yeah, well, then yes, I do know it. But that's like, yeah, I did use, oh, what was it? I did something in Java, ThymeLeaf it was called. It was the templating engine to render HTML. When you list services here, they are available app Right, you can scope them when using feature modules and isolating for more information. Seed providers. Okay, that's another stuff we will be looking at later. Something in directives. Some templates. Okay. Bootstrap array. Okay. Here comes the. I will guess. Here comes the component. It comes just one in there. That's the root component. Well, you can post the link, but we might find out in a second that I'm not the right guy to give you much of a feedback. But there are some other guys which are doing like lots of stuff in it, like for example Riffing. He knows React. This guy. I'm not sure. I don't guarantee to you that he will have a time, but he definitely knows React. Then okay, so I can have a look. Are you good with UX? Can do some shit in it. I would not call myself good. Okay, so here's the structure. We just have it locked under README. So what are you using? Blah 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 blah. Yeah, sure. Dependencies. Next new keys. React all the way. Sass. You are using Sass. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I'm not even sure if I know what to look for, so maybe I will just tell you like some basic stuff if I will spot it. Sure. Okay. That looks sort of okay-ish. I like the style, how you format the code. There is a lot of comments. Why? This is where you took it from. It's good you included the comment. Okay. Let's try doing that, returning that, not at the end. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck is this. Okay, but if I have a look at the general structure, so okay, so Here you have the function, it takes country, and then you have the body of that, and based on those, you render some SVG. Okay, cool. Da, 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 da. Dark mode. Looks like you did a fair amount of work here. That's kind of nice. Okay, what I usually tend to do, and this is nitpicking, right? It doesn't have to do anything with the quality of the project, but I usually like some spaces, like some empty lines, you know, between like some logical parts, you know. So if I have a like declaring of something which is not used, you know, then I would have a space around it. But maybe, you know, maybe it doesn't make sense in here. Well, I would. It's still readable in here. It's not terrible, really. So it's like take it with a giant heap of salt. It's like I'm really just like nitpicking right now. I don't see anything bad, you know. What I'm really looking for is like, would you set that declaration standards in ESLint config file? Well, that's the thing. You cannot set it in the linting, you know, because only you know as a programmer which parts of the code logically belongs to together and which are not. You know, but don't take it back. They take it bad because it's like really, you know, like so far I have nothing to say about it. So I said just that. You know, it's like it doesn't matter. That really doesn't matter. It's like it's something like the tabs versus spaces. You know, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. I just said, you know, I would do that like differently, and you know, like I don't see anything bad. You know, I'm looking for some like visible anti-patterns, or maybe some inconsistencies right now. Okay, so here return the thing. And you split it so you can see. Okay, I kind of like how you keep the lines short. Some of the people are just going on, you know, like they would have it on one line and that line would go like somewhere over here. It's harder to read, so far I can just say like nice things. There's some icon. Okay. Where was I? That was the cart, right? Cart list. So imports, cool. Okay, so this is a little bit. Oh, really? I see. Okay. But like, especially in Java nowadays, it's like so wordy. if I show you something, you know, like in the project, come on, Java, find something. Yeah, it's okay. Bad example. Let's do this. Yeah, it's kind of. It's also bad. It's bad project to show something like that. There's a controller. There's well, you see that. You know, it's kind of. It run well. This is not too bad either. Okay. Well, I'm not in, but sometimes like, well, I wrote this, but sometimes, especially in Java, you can see like the developers are using very wide monitors. It's hard to read them, for me at least. Okay, so there's a table. I guess nowadays people are not using the tables for that much, since you have the Flexbox and so on, but that's okay, I think. But immediately it's kind of like harder to read, you know, you have lots of nesting, which is kind of like, yeah, what do you want, you know, that's how we used to do it. It's okay, it's okay, it's totally okay. Yeah, so the JSX, I'm kind of like looking at this, you know, there I see like some like functions which will be executed, so on. I heard about the JSX, you know. I did not use it in my super simple, like, or maybe I did, stupid project. This is nice, you can have a code in here. Which, that's nice. I kind of like that. I did not know you can do that in React. That's cool. I like it. Okay. Then you're returning the whole thing, huh? Interesting. Okay. Why don't you have the export like in here? Is that a thing? I guess it's like, I mean, can you do that in one line in here? You know, or is it here on a special line for a reason? Do you use it everywhere? If I go to cart, do you have it there as well? Yes, you do. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Read on each line for clarity. Okay. Because you usually have like one function which you export in here. That's called channels box. That file is called channels box. In here we have cart list. The file is cart list. You have that. Okay. I would argue, since you are keeping, and also it's nitpicking, you know, I'm just like, it's not important, but I would argue, since you are like fairly disciplined and you keep in each file only one export of the thing which has the same name as the file name, you know, you are not getting, in your case, because you are disciplined and you are exporting only one thing, you are not getting more clarity just having it on separate line, but at the same time it also really doesn't matter. Okay, but you know, like there's like something which I cannot like see, you know, because I don't work. Well, if you want, I'm just, you know, like take it, you know, because I'm not familiar with the React, right? So maybe have some reason in React, you know. I would know in Angular, or maybe I should know, or you know, like the most important stuff, like, you know, how's the structure, the application, you know, it's a little bit hard for me to read, you know. So for example, okay, so we are looking at some components, whatever that is, and then I would expect it should be like getting the data from somewhere or something, you know, and I would not even know where to look for it because I don't know React. Okay, so here's like about page and so on. You know, normally, which I would like look for in the structure is like, this is the layer which handles the incoming and outgoing data. Here's the layer which we do some logic, and this is how it looks on the page, right? And it's maybe in here, but I don't see it. And maybe, yeah. The pages index is where you fetch the data. Oh, cool. Okay. Please make difference in child's life by donating books, clothes, etc. There's one thing which comes to mind. You have this text in here, and now because this application is not as big yet, right? It's fairly like compact, right? So I don't know if that is the time now to go there, but if this text could, you know, like appear somewhere like else multiple times, then you probably want to extract it to some like file with the as a constant, you know, where you can reuse that again and again. That comes very quickly if you decide to have a multiple languages in your applications. Then it's like you have to move it somewhere else, right? You would have to insert something based on the yeah. But you know, there's like, it is not clear, you know, like if you should do it or not. That is something which you have to decide. And the benefit to having it in different file is that it should be like you have it is like the one source of truth principle or whatever, you know, like basically goes that all the text you have in one place, and if you change it on only one place, you know, and you are not having to change it all of the like views or the renderings or whatever. That is the benefit, right? But the downside to it, like every decision has the benefit and then it has the downside. Nothing ever is just only benefit, right? With like you're always paying some price for it. And in this, you will have another file to maintain. It is more code. In a small project, it might be less readable, right? Because here will be like some constant, right? And sometimes you don't know, like it might increase the complexity, right? So based on your knowledge of the of your application, you know, if you have the hard-coded text, it might be good, but it might not be, depending on if you repeat that multiple times or not. Yeah, that goes for everything like this, right? That would be, yeah, especially if you have like multi-languages, yeah, but if you are doing just English, then it's like much lesser of a problem. Yeah, but also I would be cautious about adding something because you might in the future do something about it, right? It is, yeah, if I tell you or someone else, you know, that, you know, like if you do this, you know, you will have just this file with all the constants, like in the future it will be much easier for you to move to multiple languages or whatever, right? It is very horrible, or it is very bad when the code base is structured with this mentality for everything, you know, like you just visit you just visit some file and there's like class, it has one method in it, and it says like, oh well, this does just one thing, but it could be extended in the future maybe, right? But then it's not extended, you know, so it is just harder to read it, right? So if you are thinking about doing translations in the future, yeah, don't do like that some work just because it might be handy somewhere in a future. It decreases the readability of your code base as well, because then you maybe have to like look into, you know, I will have opened this, right, and here will be like some constant which was imported from somewhere, so I have to look what the constant is, you know, so I have to go to the another file and then back, no, it's like kind of slows you down. So you have to weigh it, right? Uh, yeah. I mean, yeah. Do I make sense? I hope I do. Okay, so this is that. Minimal luck. This might be actually, I'm not sure. This is well, maybe it is needed in React. I don't know, but if I have I have no clue what this does, right? Create context. Okay, so context would be probably something which you put everything in, maybe. I don't know. Handling states of entire app. Okay, okay. How many times is this used? You know, because it's like it might be the place when you have like a file and it's only this much code in it, and it's okay if you have it like once or twice, but if people have then projects which have like million of files which have a 10 lines, you know, it's like also badly readable. But I don't know if this makes sense in a this looks familiar. So show fact, true, show fact. Okay, so this is and those will be like the variables of the context, right? Or the variables of the component, maybe. Here's nothing. Here are some. Okay. And is this the typical way how you structure things in React? Because if this belongs to a component, I would imagine there would be like components, you know, and there will be component A, component B, you know, let's say app, you know. I would have a app, and it would have app.js, it would have app context, it would be also like, at least for me, you know, if I have a look in this project, and maybe that's the way how is it done, you know. So I have the structure, you know, I have okay, so we will go to the front end, right? So I'll go to front end, so it makes sense what I will talk about. So let's say not service, some component, app component. Okay, cool. So here I have like, let's say ingredients page, right? And I have the state management is very opinionated. In fact, I'm still learning this. In university, people use Redux more than my React hooks. Okay, but I'm talking about the structure, how it is in the folders, you know, like how it is managed, like that, you know. So I probably would do, because then even like switching between those things is kind of like faster, right? So okay, so here I'm creating new function. It returns nothing, you know, and it does shit. Or yeah, does shit, right? And then I can switch to the test, which is like next to it, right? You see, it's like right here. So I go here and here. We will have another thing, and it, you know, should test the new shit, right? And so on. How do you pass states from child components up to parent components or siblings in Angular? You have a bindings in there. You have bindings in there. Yeah. I haven't done it for a while, so I don't know out of my head exactly, but you do these annotations in it, like here we go. No. Where are here? Component. And oh, I need to remove this. And then we will have this, and then I think it's something like, oh come on, add, and we say input or something like that. And but I'm not sure right now. I'm not using it in the current application, so I don't know. Come in a week. I will know. And that's actually something which I should know. So we will have a note in here. Passing plus states between child parents components. Yeah. That's something I should know how to answer. Because I actually got a job recently, and I will be doing shit in Angular. And the probability is that I will have to use it. You know, they will have like more sophisticated application, let's say, than I do have in my doodling around content 2 hours ago. So feature. It's interesting to me that you have always these functions and you return the HTML. It's kind of like another approach compared to try the UX offsite right now. It's pretty bad. Yeah, but maybe. I'm not sure what you meant here. Like of like what? Like the UX of like the GitHub or your site or about that I was talking about. Huh. Interesting. Watch TV channels around the world. Yeah. Oh. Well, this is where is it? I can show you mine, and where is it? So this is mine right now. It's also like, you know, like it's like garbage right now. And I don't care, you know. Right now I play with the functionality, right? You know, shit like that. You know, I'm thinking about the structure and of the program and so on, and then the UX will be different after that, you know. So yeah, it's like, because this table I will probably just use like something which someone already did. I was thinking about using this library to make it beautiful, right? They have these things, you know, and you don't have to like style it, you know. You just kind of like import it, you know, and then everything looks like that, you know. Like inputs looks nicer, you know, everything looks where's the table, for example, right? So this would be the table, right? And currently my table looks like this, right? And I don't care right now, you know. It's just makes the jobs done. There are some people which are like really big on the design in the beginning. I more like to do the functionality and then proceed with the design. Yeah. Okay, so those are like some of those things which I kind of like, or some like, I don't want to say opinions, like angle of view, let's say, how that could be or couldn't be. And unfortunately, yeah, it's like, it's all like Chinese to me. Interesting. Yeah, I hope it was somehow useful to you. Content, context might not be. Yeah, I will finish my session. I still have 18 minutes or so to go. What I was doing? The booster array thingies? I think so. Start a timer. Yeah, yeah, the providers array, yeah, and the providers. So we'll have a look into. I did open it already. Okay. And yeah, an entry component. Yeah. Thank you too. It was nice to have a look at something in React. I want to learn React too, do some projects in it, but I don't think it will be in the next like 3 or 4 months. It might be in a year, you know, even, because I have a lot to learn in the Angular right now. But it's it is interesting to react to me too, so I'll have a look into them later. Bum, bum, bum. Creates the components listed in the Bootstrap array and inserts each one into the browser DOM. That's interesting, because I thought you will put in there just one. Come on, that was in the module, right? And I have here, that's how I did it. And there's the template, you know, that we have the two nested components. So maybe I'm missing something. There could be multiple ones. Still, each Bootstrap component of its own tree of components. Yes, inserting a Bootstrap component usually triggers a cascade of components creation that will fill out the tree. That one I understand, you know, the cascade and shit and that. But what if we have a forest, in a sense, you know, like if we have these graphs, you know, there's like tree and another tree of like the main root and like all of it, and those are like separate, then what? Okay, yeah. One component tree. Most applications have only one component tree and Bootstrap a single root component. That's what I did. So you can do that, but huh. Okay. So we did this. Done. Okay. Yoink. Okay, so here. And where do I put it? I don't know. Providing dependencies in modules. I have it in the queue already. You saw it. It's here. Okay, so I'll close that. Attribute directives. What is this? What is this? Attribute directives. Okay, so that's like the directives thing. Can I have a link for this? I cannot. Fuck that. Fuck that! And here I'm in understanding Angular. It's all install in understanding Angular. It's in templates. Maybe I should go just from the top to the bottom. And that will be it. You know, just Did I finish everything in components? If I do this and component lifecycle, maybe I should do that. I have it like 10 minutes, so maybe I will do skim through all of this, and tomorrow I'll do some reading. So components, propositive creating component using Angular CLI, creating manually, CSS selector, define CSS, defining components template, and declaring component styles. Next steps, okay. Next steps is here. Guess. HTML, TypeScript, CSS selector. Optionally CSS style applied to the template. Okay. So that would be some components. So I have a selector, template URL, and the style. Okay, so this is the selector. That's that. How to create it. This install, creating a component, CLI, ng generate component, name, and we got folder, TS, HTML, CSS, or in my case something, and the testing file. Okay, here's how to do manually. So import annotation, we do the selector. Okay, we have the dashes. Where is it? It's in the same file, for fuck's sake. Okay. Template. It's more in it. Oh, there are more. It's an array. Look at that. Okay. And a class. Yeah, sure. Why is it called CSS selector? It's not cascade style sheet, right? Why is it called that? Or is it? And he has dashes in here. That one I don't have. Well, I do. I do not use like multiple words most of the time. I have just the app routing module in here. Nothing else. Template, you just say template URL and that's it. Okay, so I can reference it or write it in there directly. Okay, so either I use template URL or template. Okay. Oh, that's the backtick. I think I had both of them. Okay. And here it would be the same, right? Either style URLs or I can do styles. Yeah. Next steps. So that was. We'll have a look into components. This will cause. Where is it? Reference, okay. That's funny that it's not never the next thing in the links. Okay, so life cycle, prerequisite, responding. So there's some life cycle, initializing, cleaning up. There are some examples. Using change detection hooks, okay. And defining custom change detection, okay. Oh, it will be 3 in the morning. Okay, I need to go sleep. Okay, so this will be the next thing we will be doing. And I'll just put it in here. I'll say this will be understanding Angular. Fuck. Yank. Now. Yep. That's good. Description. And like that. And the timer says that we are done. It kind of went much longer than anticipated, but we did have a look at some React stuff. That's okay.